Hi guys, last class we talked about the transversal and different angle relationships. Today we're going to really focus on those angle relationships, but in case of two lines are parallel. So if two lines are parallel and they are intersected by the transversal, following relationships exist. So if you take a look at number 1 and 2, angle 1 and angle 2. What do you know about their relationships? They are corresponding angles. Right? Okay. But what do you know about those corresponding angles if two lines are parallel? Okay? If two lines are parallel and then corresponding angles, their relationship is they are congruent. Means they have same measurement. So if A is parallel to B, then A is congruent to angle 2. Angle 1 and angle 2, they're congruent. And of course, there will be a name for it. We call that corresponding angle postulate. So since this is assumed fact, we don't have to prove it. So corresponding angles, in case of parallel lines, if they're parallel lines, then corresponding angles are congruent. That's called corresponding angles postulate. Then let's take a look at next one. How about angle 3 and angle 4? What do you know about those two angles? They're both inside and they're opposite side of the transversal. These are called alternate interior angles. Okay. And what do you know about their relationships? Number 3 and number 4, they are congruent. Okay? So if A and B, line A and B are parallel, angle 3 is congruent to angle 4 because they are alternate interior angles. And the name of that is alternate interior angle theorem. And in class, we're going to actually prove that alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay? So corresponding angle was postulate, and rest of them will be theorems. Okay? How about next one? So angle 5 and angle 6. What do you know about their relationships? They are outside of these parallel lines, but opposite side of the transversal. We call that alternate exterior angles. And what do you know about their relationship? Look, they are congruent. Okay? So if line A is parallel to line B, then angle 5 is congruent to angle 6 because they're alternate exterior angles. And we call that alternate exterior angle theorem. Okay? Same thing for the next one. Now, angle 7 and 8. I just want to make an arc so that I know which angle we're talking about. Angle 7 and angle 8. What do you know about these two angles? They're both inside of this parallel line, right? And they're on the same side. These are called, remember? Same side, interior angle. Now, take a look at this. Angle 7 is like obtuse angle. Angle 8 is acute angle. Are they congruent? No. But same side interior angles are supplementary. They add up to 180. And that only happens if they're congruent. They're congruent, they're supplementary. The only case that they're congruent or supplementary is if two lines are parallel. Okay? So if A and B are parallel, then measure of angle 7 plus measure of angle 8 is 180. And we call that same side interior angle theorem. Okay? Let's take a look at the next one then. Angle 9 and angle 10. Alright? What do you know about these angles? We know that these are same side exterior angles, right? And are they congruent? One is obtuse, one is acute, so their relationship is supplementary. Okay, so 180, and we call that same side exterior angle theorem. Okay? So you have to remember that this postulate and the rest of the theorems, they only work if the lines are parallel. So you have to know that they should be parallel lines. And if two lines are not parallel, like L and M, if they're not parallel, their corresponding are not going to be congruent. Their alternate interior angles are not going to be congruent. Okay? So these theorems and postulate only works if two lines are parallel. Also, let's recall the special relationships. Okay? When we talked about special relationships when two lines are intersecting, you guys remember? Linear pairs. What do you know about linear pair? Like, for example, A and B, they are linear pair, and their relationship will be supplementary, remember? And what do we call that? That's going to be linear pair postulate. Very good. Alright, how about vertical angles? Angle A and angle C, these two are vertical. Angle B and angle D, those two are vertical. So angle A and C, angle B and D, they're vertical. But what do you know about their relationships? They are congruent. Okay? Now, using the angle relationships formed by parallel lines and transversal, we can mark the entire diagram. There are only two angle measurements. Okay? Alright? So if two lines are parallel, like this L and M, they are parallel. Is that right? Okay? And this is a transversal. But then the entire diagram, they only have two angle measurements. I personally like to call it one with acute, one with obtuse. Okay? But we can't really make the assumption because sometimes it's going to be right angles, like question number 5B. Alright? But for now, let's actually look at this. So what is the same measurement as this angle? Alright? So this angle, same measures with this angle. Is that right? Because these two are vertical angles. And this angle is congruent with this angle because what? These two are corresponding. These two are alternate interior. Then what is one more measurement that is the same? Right here. Okay? But then how about the different measurement? This one is obtuse. Okay, so I like to make two arcs. And then vertical from that will be this. They have same measurement. From here, what is alternate interior angles? This one. So they have the same measurement, these two. And then this one is vertical to this one. So they are congruent. Okay? Same thing works with the next one. This angle, that angle. This angle, that angle. They all have same measurements, and obtuse angles, they also have same measurement. Okay? Very straightforward. Then given the following parallel lines, find the measure of all the angles. Okay? Can you guys try A through C first? Pause the video. Okay? These are my answers. I know that this was 111 because they are vertical angles. And this is 111 because that is corresponding angle to that. And this is 111 because that's alternate exterior angle from that. Then how did I get 66? Because I know that this angle and this angle, they are linear pair. So they add up to 180. They're supplementary angles. So I got 66 and I got the rest of the measurement. Okay? C works the same way. Now this time we're not looking for the measure of all the angles, but this time we're trying to find the value of x. Now let's take a look at these two. So this measurement and that measurement. What do you know about these two? What do you know about these two angles? What do you know about their relationships? They're both inside of the parallel line, so it's going to be interior angles. Are they alternate interior or same side interior? They are same side interior. What do you know about their relationships? Are they congruent or are they supplementary? They are supplementary. So, how do you figure out the measure of x? We can just set it up. Measure of this angle plus measure of this angle should be 180. So 5x minus 15 plus 80 should be 180. Now pause the video and solve the problem. Okay, so the answer was x equals 23. How about B? What do you know about these two measurements? What's the relationship? They are corresponding. And what do you know about the corresponding angles? Are they congruent or are they supplementary? They are congruent. So how do you set up the equation? I can say 6x minus 63 should be equal to 4x minus 3. Now, can you pause the video and solve the problem? So I got x equals 30. Okay, we'll do more practice of this in class, alright? But we learn way more of postulates and theorems, so we gotta memorize them. Alright, I'll see you in class.